let's start with a round of applause. Awesome. I didn't know he could cut it off like that, but well, that was an interesting weekend. Actually, this weekend was fun.
Yeah.
Sunderland Arsenal. I didn't expect the score, but apparently Sunderland has been playing like this for a while now.
Oh yeah, man.
They've been killing it.
Yeah, so that's actually the funny thing. So my grandfather is actually an Arsenal supporter as well, and
It's because of you.
and yes. He indoctrinated me into my fandom of American football, and I indoctrinated him into mine. So you just kind of blindly accept those things, and you don't ask questions. But he was kind of throwing a fit about the performance.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I thought, I was like, no, you know what? This is the one
They're fourth.
that I expected them to drop something here away from home against a Sunderland side that is pretty tidy at the back. I mean, they do still concede goals, but they're gathering points, so you can't really expect perfection all the time.
Yeah.
And if I looked at a matchup outside of the like the Chelseas, the Liverpools, the Bayern that's coming up, this is where a 2-2 draw makes sense to me. Like I see the goal, the tidiness at the back can't stay. You know what I mean? Like you can't. There's a reason that 15 is the record, and you're likely not going to break it. You can try, and you're still well on the way. But I will say, it's not that the title race is like completely even again.
Yeah.
And it's not even really that you see exactly what you need to do to get at Arsenal.
Yeah.
But what I said it a couple of weeks ago. Because they didn't play particularly well, but you still have to accrue the points.
Mm-hmm.
And they look always like they have an extra gear or so. And this was the time where you need to be pushed to show that you know how to access that gear.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they know how to get it, but it's clear and obvious that they do have it. But they are struggling in a way because...
I see what you're saying, because if you think about the Champions League, if they meet... I think somebody made this comment, and he was like... it's cool for the games now, but what about the knockout stage? That's when you need. That's when the competition.
Yeah, I don't think that you should
you see that wide gap, who is will and who is not.
I don't think that you should be overly. It's not confident, but they're trying to be very tidy and compartmentalized. But you don't need to be focused on getting a one. Like you need to be getting at guys.
So, in your opinion,
4-0.
you think they will have? They should have won this game at least.
No, because Sunderland did play that well. They did play that well. And what I mean is that Arsenal do have several gears above this.
Yeah.
Each individual player has shown that they're able to do that, and previous versions of the side have proven it as well.
Yeah.
So it is there. Player for player, Arsenal is the better squad. But they're not able to, at this moment, be able to access that kind of Super Saiyan mode at will. And that's the whole point. It's that it's nice to be able to take those 1-0s away and go, whew, we didn't play our best, but we got it done, and we were tidy, and we never felt like we were in jeopardy of conceding a goal. That's fine, and it's also great to be able to, skirt out the 3-2s after a shootout when you know that you can. And it doesn't feel like they know that they can hit those higher gears, so they're feeling like they're more comfortable getting one goal in and then kind of resting. But what they don't realize, it seems, is that they're more effective both on defense and offense when they're pressing you. I don't know why they're wanting to get behind the ball. That's not what these guys do.
Yeah.
Even when they're tidy at the back, a lot of it is because you're forcing mistakes in that back line through high press, not necessarily like a high line. But when you're allowing these guys to sort of tee off and get inside the box, of course you're going to get exposed. That's not your actual style of play. You might have a better back line than teams that kind of feel comfortable sitting back and letting you just kind of tee off on them. But you're absolutely not a side that gets to sit back and take it easy. You've got to force those mistakes out of them because you're better on the ball in the midfield than they are. More often than not, right? So force them to cough up those turnovers, and then you can possess the ball, but you still have to move forward. I don't know why sideways passing and just sort of like taking the foot off the gas. It's not been working for them.
This was actually the one game I would kind of give them a leeway about the sideways passing, but I also thought that bringing someone like Easy, that was the point, especially in that mid half. But when I looked at the Sunderland formation, that actually struck me, and I said, who plays 5-4-1? That's Italian. That's most of the time I saw it. Chelsea played something like that in 2012, but that's extremely compact.
Right.
You can't get around. And what was very remarkable is how composed Sunderland's team.
That's what I was gonna say,
for
like
that young or just I wouldn't say as experienced as Arsenal.
Right. Well, and that's kind of what I'm saying. Like they did the opposite of what Arsenal are doing. Like it's like they obviously they stacked the back for defensive protection, but they were still pressing the shit out of everybody. It's like they weren't just sitting back and they weren't absorbing the pressure. No. They had everybody behind the ball to make sure that they had guys in passing lanes, but they were closing everything down at the same time because all those guys were back there. Mm-hmm. If Arsenal is going to, quote, park the bus, it can't be a way that you just absorb everything. You have to be on the offensive, both offensive and defensively, for these guys to maximize their play style.
I think Arsenal getting back to compact its own defense is the fact that they realized that Sunderland wasn't giving up, and they were also as pressing as they are, applying the same kind of pressure, if not at some point, because the first half actually Arsenal was kind of nowhere to be found. They had to find their steps, and Sunderland, man, that kid is probably 22. He actually comes from Arsenal's academy, Bayard. And I'm thinking, if Sunderland keeps this up, I don't think he will be there next season. I don't think they'll be able to afford, like, the stock market will jump up. But this was crazy. They played very well. And I wonder if Xhaka was kind of excited to do it to y'all guys.
And it's funny because, like, he's made statements in the past recently of not having any sort of resentment anymore.
Okay.
And he even knew in the moment, and most Arsenal fans knew as well, like, he didn't dislike being booed. I mean, like, you don't like being booed off, but like you understand a bad performance is a bad performance. That's and true. You can accept that. But people were making like threats against his family, and that's what he was mad about for the most part. Okay. It wasn't so much that like they were very personal. They were making like personal remarks to him and his family. That was the issue. You shouldn't be mad at the fans for booing a bad performance as a club or as an individual. Because they're watching, and like they might not be playing at the high level as you are, but like you know what a good and bad performance looks like, and so do the players, and so like you shouldn't take that kind of stuff too far. But I do understand when it's like the gloves come off when you're talking about the family stuff, and he did for a little while kind of take it out on the fan base as a whole. When the overwhelming majority of the fans were like, "Yeah, don't talk about the family," and being like, it wasn't me, like, don't hate everybody here. But he's a great player.
That's true.
He's still a great player, and you wonder when he's going to really taper off, because he was in the Bundesliga, and you're like, okay, cool, he's going to just kind of slowly step down, and nope. He's back in the Premier League. He's in a very high energy side, and he's staying toe to toe with him, man. It's wild.
He will be one of the models of that team, just providing more extra, especially as an experience of somebody that's won things, that provide that extra motivation that get them to those.
Well, and because they had so many guys behind the ball as well, and they were high pressing, his lack of pace and athleticism as he's getting older means less and less. Everybody can high press when you're so far behind the ball. You're not having to cover as much ground in that high press. Everybody can be high energy, but also conserve energy at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I would see how Arsenal goes, or how far they go, but I wonder if this will be some sort of a breaking point. That's when you also realize what is a great team. So hopefully especially if you're gonna win, because I think this season is theirs to lose. I necessarily don't think that there's really a big contender, although City is looking like they're gaining form in a sense, but because they had at least they have 6 points on City, or 5 points? 4 points now?
4. So, I was watching the Man City Liverpool game, really hoping for a draw. If those two could split the points amongst themselves, that would have been awesome.